In a coaching session that I had today, I came up with a way to describe my approach, which frankly really resonated and really made a lot of sense for me. And I want to share it with you, not just because I think you might find it interesting to see how I do things, but because if you have ADHD, I think this approach might actually really help you think about how you might consider some of the challenges in your life and, more importantly, how you might consider going about addressing them. So let me give you a little bit of backstory, and I won't take too much of your time. Very, very frequently, people come to me as people with ADHD with the same sort of problems. I'm running late, I can't seem to get things organized, I procrastinate, I leave things to the last minute, etc., etc. And these things on a surface level are quite straightforward. We would think that, oh, well, it's just some time management stuff. But the thing that actually is really important is that it's not just the time management, it's the effect of 10, 15, 20, 30 years of always being late, of never being able to get things organized, no matter how hard you've tried. The consequences that has to someone's self-esteem is insane, as if you have ADHD, you will already be very aware of. See, it's not that you're late that's the problem. It's that you hate yourself so much for being late again, that's the problem. And that you can't seem to stop yourself from always being late. That's the bit that is the problem. Not being on time by itself, kind of whatever. So how do I go about approaching this or even fixing this in a way? Let me explain. And think now for a moment about how this might be different to what you might expect if you were to go and see an ADHD coach. Because generally what most people expect is to go, well, here's my problem. I'm running late, so give me solutions to be there on time. I'm not really interested in that. For example, let's say someone gives me a ring and they say, hey, Jack, I'll be on the way to pick you up. I'll be at your place in half an hour. I'll go, okay, half an hour, I can probably get this done, and then I'll be ready in time. But I get it wrong, because I'm time blind. And they show up to my house, and I've only done a couple of things on my list, and I'm just not ready. They're annoyed at me, I'm disappointed in myself. I go, how could I have done this yet again? Not a nice feeling. But what if I just said, okay, please come pick me up, and as you know, I'm not very good at this stuff, so I'll probably be late, so bring a book and allow some extra time. It would manage their expectations. And then if they did arrive and you were a bit late, you go, hey, I'm late, like we all expected, cool, ready to go, let's go. And if they were upset about that, given that they knew it was going to happen, that would be a bit unfair. So what's the point? Where's the distinction here? Instead of me giving someone some specific tools and strategies so they can get ready sooner, I don't really have that much confidence that they could do this, because you can't do those things unless you kind of understand time to begin with. And if you're time blind, I'll give you the best strategies in the world and it'll still be hard for you to use them. And here's the story, the analogy that I came up with that ties this together, and I want you to think about this. It's like me giving someone with ADHD, me giving them skills to be able to get places on time, would be like teaching a fish how to climb a tree. I can teach them the best climbing methods and use this grip strength and look for these branches to grab onto. I can give them the best advice. Or what I'd rather do is teach them to say, thanks, but I'd rather swim. I hope that makes sense. What I'm really getting at under all of this is to stop putting this pressure on ourselves to do things in these ways just because it's what other people want of us. Is it so bad to just accept that we're not good at those things? Is it such a massive character flaw and failure on our part? Does it mean that we're so fundamentally wrong and broken, or can it be okay to just be late? As long as everyone knows, it won't affect them. They should have accounted for it. If you explain clearly how you operate and other people aren't prepared for it, well, hey, that's on them. And they can get upset as much as they want that you haven't changed. The 10, 20, 15, 30, 40 years of them wishing that you'd change. They can get upset that you haven't yet. But you'd really expect at a certain point they'd really accept that you're not going to. And start pressuring or guilting you into being someone that you're not ever going to be. No matter who gives you new strategies. You've tried the strategies. I know you have. You've tried 100 different ways to be there and show up on time. And did it work? Bit better, but no, probably not. So why not just accept it? Because like I said, it's not that we're not on time that's the problem. It's that everyone else expects us to suddenly be able to be on time. If we got rid of that, we'd have so much less pressure and hatred on ourselves. And we'd have so much less consequences socially and damaged relationships. They just go, oh, that's what you like. Cool. Got it. Won't expect otherwise, and we're going to get on just fine. Imagine that. Imagine how an approach like that would change your life, not just for yourself in terms of how you see your own abilities, but in terms of the people around you and the pressure they do or don't put on you. How much would that change your relationships? And it's not hard. All you have to do is start actually expressing that that's not your way. If you need help with that, you talk to me. My contact info is in my bio, or leave me a comment. You know if I can help you with this, because it's not hard, but it is life-changing. That brings us to the end of another video. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed this, hit like and hit subscribe, because I make a new video every single day. So if you want to see what I talk about tomorrow, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.